everybody so we can review.
Every spring at Chapman's we have something called Cheetah Games where our students with disabilities participate in a variety of field games, track racing.
Today at physical education at Lipscomb Elementary, we got to take out the parachute. We did lots of teamwork activities, and we were the first class to get the ball in the middle of the parachute. It was awesome.
Hi, I'm at Nolensville High School in TV and film class, and today we're doing the pullback effect. Pretty cool, huh?
Today we were making robots out of the products we were given, and we also watched a video about the first robot that's going to be launched in 2020.
Welcome to AGS Kindergarten. We're here celebrating the 100th day of school with all our grannies and grandpas today. We're going to be doing so many fun activities, all centered around the number 100.
This is the Page High School audio room, and right now we're working on Logic and just making songs.
So right now in diagnostic medicine, we're learning about how to diagnose the different disorders and problems in the eye. So today we've set up a bunch of labs that kind of test your color deficiency, your depth perception, and stuff like astigmatisms.
It's the 101st day of school. We have 101 math problems. We have STEM problem with 101 marshmallows.
This week at Hunter's Bend, I came to talk to the kindergartners about fire prevention. We talked about calling 911, safe meeting place, once you're out, get out the house, crawl low under smoke, and stop, drop, and roll.
Please, my dad.
Welcome to PE1. We're playing ping pong and we're having a tournament now.
This week in FMS, in Miss Hall's class, we are playing a basketball hoop game on the Dog of Pompeii. And if you answer questions and you get them right, you get to shoot.
Every month at Trinity, we have an assembly where we talk about our best Mickeys of the month. The best Mickeys are like respect, prioritize, and kindness. This month was about compromise. Today's the 100th day of school. We made a number 100 out of Legos using 100 Legos. We made a 100 monster with 100 things on it.
This week, Mill Creek participated in the National Geographic GeoBeat.
We had 10 rounds and we were the top 2 finalists.
Hello, Williamson County. Today's a very exciting day at Independence because we just opened up our H hallway.
We did a Socratic seminar and we talked about Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech.
It's the 100th day of school.
Check out 3rd grade March Day at Clever Class. Bye, you kids! Come on, guys! Bye!
It's the 100th day of school! Today in the library, we used bee-bots to make shapes.
This week in PE, we worked on dance routines. Each group performed their own dance routines.
So today in Spanish class, we were practicing for our performance assessments, and we had to go up in front of class and just describe families. What we had is a surprise family picture, and we had to describe them using family words. We were buying hungry hippos.
We ride on these scooters, and we have a cone, and we capture them and take them back to our hula hoops, and then we do letter words with these tiles.
In first grade at Walnut Grove, this week we're learning about the Pledge of Allegiance and what it means.
When you say the pledge, you should be respectful by standing, putting your hand over your heart, and looking at the flag.
Today in science class, we're learning about mitosis.
We got to use gummy worms to explain the different phases.
I wrote and drew character traits of the story, The War That Saved My Life.
We're in Art 1 and we're drawing self-portraits, and what I like about it is how we get to draw about ourselves.
In 2nd grade, we're learning about 50 states, 5 regions, and social studies. Today we learned about how worms survive and help plants. We also learned about the 3 types of soil: humus, sand and rocks.
Today in Mr. Smith's class, we're working to put a robot together step by step based on the instructions we are given with a book.
Today in science class, we are making a solar system with relative distances and relative sizes from the sun. We have been learning about the Trail of Tears, and we were writing a letter to an Indian child.
Art 1 students have been learning about different printmaking techniques, and this past week they learned how to make a monoprint, which is a one-of-a-kind print, and we made some pretty cool backgrounds.
Today we are doing math stations to prepare for our test in fractions on Friday.
We have lots of things to do, like doing the 4 standard operations to fractions, multiplying, adding, subtracting, dividing.
Today is the 100th day of school, and you have to dress up like an old person, and we're going to do rotations. Today at Longview, we are in our 4th grade science class. We are learning about measuring our shadow and the flagpole shadow. In guidance today, we worked on conflict resolution. And our conflict was my friend was playing with another friend for a long time, and I started to get angry.
This week at Ravenwood, we had our coming home week for our basketball teams, and we had a pep rally to pump them up.
In strength, this week we've been working on Ode to Joy by Beethoven.
We're hibernating. We have been comparing animals hibernate and migrate and reading lots of books.
Hello, and today we have rising freshmen from Fairview Middle School coming to visit the Fairview High TV and Film program.
Today in band we're working towards our spring concert.
Today at Thompson Station Middle School we had to make a Renaissance project. I made a rap about William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare wrote Romeo and Juliet, but don't forget Hamlet and Macbeth. He was born in the 1564s in an English city called Stratford.
It was a great week. Thanks for watching.
Into the Woods is like one of the most overdone shows in high school. So we were like, we could do it the traditional way and just have like everybody be super normal, just like normal fairy tale, normal set and everything. But then we were like, one day it was Mickey. Mickey was like, what if we make it all out of trash? And I think at first he was joking, but then Miss Lindsay was like, I kind of like that.
And so I was thinking, I was like, well, what if we built this out of trash and just recycle materials, since like I got all these tires at home I could use. I got a friend with a bunch of oil drums that are just sitting in a barn, and we could build something incredible out of them.
For our show, we just really felt that we should recycle the stuff we already have rather than create more waste, because theater can make a lot of waste, from making a ton of props, making costumes. It can all add up.
So Into the Woods has a lot of really deep symbolism that if you didn't know, or if you saw a production where they didn't really dive into that, it's kind of hard to see. It can just be masked as like the fairy tales, the cute stories that you've known forever. But the woods are really a metaphor for life and like loss of innocence. And so it was really important to us to use things to build the set with that would have been thrown away and sent to landfill.
One thing that they're really passionate about is recycling and taking care of our environment. So part of their goal is to recycle as much as we possibly can, things that maybe are in our shop that we might have to otherwise throw away, or things that are being donated or recycled that can't be recycled internationally. We want to be able to use those pieces in our set design, and then taking that element through set design, costume design, props.
So it's been kind of difficult figuring out how we can use recycling materials to make our entire show, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I never expected us to even, when Allie sent us the designs, I was like, that is insane. I don't know how we're gonna do that.
It was really cool to see the dress come together, because I honestly wasn't sure how it was gonna work at first, because I was like, broken CDs, what?
We had like milk jugs first, and it was crazy because everybody saw it and they were like, what is this? And we were like, it's gonna be a cow.
We're not buying new wood, we're using wood, like we're repurposing wood that we've already used for other shows.
So I've seen paint chips become dresses and fans. I've seen tires become trees. I've seen milk jugs become a cow. They emptied out Pringles cans, which they were really excited about, for legs for that cow. Cardboard pieces, just lots of recycled cardboard and different elements of the set to become trees, to become plants, to become a harp for Jack to carry through the woods. So there's just a ton of recycled things going into our set design, costume design.
just like standing there in awe and just looking at it. And you're like, man, I built that. That's pretty cool. I took some trash that was just gonna be thrown away and I built something incredible.
I think climate change and like our environment, we have to take care of it. It's the only world we've got. It's the only woods we're ever gonna get.
People just like take that effort, just instead of just throwing their stuff away, reuse it, and like just save the world that we got right now. Because I mean, God gave us a beautiful world to live in, and we should take care of it. And if we can go make that, take that trash, build something really interesting out of it, and that could be used for multiple purposes, instead of just throwing away and go to landfill, it'd be a whole lot better for our environment.
We have been discovering how life was on the frontier.
We want to see how like people in like old time people in Tennessee lived. A lot of stuff they did was a lot different from now.
We were at the Tennessee State Museum and we got to see all of the museum, but they also offer these Tennessee trunks. With this trunk, it included them reading some tall tales and getting to write some tall tales. We've also spent some time looking at clothing and how it was made, because it was not easy to make clothing. You couldn't just go to Target and pick out what you want to wear.
Their clothing was like this and stuff, but now we have like normal day clothes that you see all the time.
And then the one that they enjoyed the most was getting to experience what games were like and what the music was like.
I think my favorite one was probably the stuff around the house. It was really cool to see. They used hay for a sponge.
Those little connections of you have to use what you have kind of blew their mind sometimes. And most of them agree that they would much rather live now than back in the frontier times.
Good afternoon. First on our program today is Mrs. Hull and the third grade chorus. Our vision this year for our beginning year, our inaugural year, is A Million Dreams, and so that's the song they've prepared for you today. So when we have assemblies at Creekside or we want to gain students' attention, one of the things we do is a fun callback, and I'm going to teach it to you today. When I say Creekside, you say otters. When I say splash, you say shh. Creekside. Otters. Splash. Great job for a first-time otters. It is my name is Chris Schwartz, and I'm the principal. It is my distinct privilege to welcome you to this beautiful, just absolutely beautiful building. It is also my privilege to introduce our superintendent of schools, Mr. Jason Golden.
Thank you, Dr. Schwartz. Just as the children have to adjust their microphone down, I have to adjust it up. But I want to let you all know, and I think you now have an emotional grasp of this if you never did before, the work we do here is important. When you see those children sing, when you listen to their voices, it is that emotional reminder to me of how important our work is. So I want to thank our faculty. I want to thank the folks here who are working to give direct services to our children as they grow through this. So if you would, please thank the faculty. We're very excited about the building that's here, and I was thinking over the last few days about the history of Williamson County. I've been here 14 years in different roles. I was the chief operating officer, deputy superintendent, and now I'm superintendent. And I went back and did a little bit of math, and if I counted right, this is the 14th school opening in the 14 years I've been here. That's pretty amazing. And we actually had a time where we actually rezoned. I don't know if you guys knew that, but we rezoned. There was a time where we rezoned and balanced out the district, and so there was a window of about 4 or 5 years where we didn't build at all. And we put some extra pressure on ourselves because we filled up a lot more of our buildings through that time. But we did that in part because we want to be good stewards of the money that you all give us through your property taxes, through your spending in the county. And so I thought it was important to let you all know that we really do try to be good stewards of those funds you give us. And our commission, our county commission, does the same thing. And over those 14 new school openings that I've been at, this one feels a little bit different to me. And I was here the day that the students came, and I walked through the building, and it struck me why. It's because this was already home. We come to these ribbon cuttings usually in August before any children are actually in the building. But this time, we were able to come just a few days after the children had already moved in. Just a few days after the art teachers had placed some of the students' work on the walls. Time after the students had already had to prepare to bring us that wonderful song. This feels like a home. In every school that we open, every bit of work we do for your children is to help them have that feeling that it's home. So I hope you as parents realize that work that we're doing to serve your children, to give just that little bit of extra help to you as you raise your children. And we are so proud of these children and what we're going to do here with this school building. So thank you. I like to make it a habit when I speak to introduce our school board members who are here, but actually our school board vice chair, Nancy Garrett, is going to have that privilege to name our school board. But I felt like if I didn't tell you specifically, I would feel remiss if I didn't tell you we have an unbelievably amazing school board who really has a complete emotional commitment to growing this community in the right way. So Nancy, I'd like to introduce you. If you could speak on behalf of our school board. Nancy Garrett.
Thank you, Jason. I represent the 12th district, and you're actually sitting in the 12th district here. This is the first elementary school in the 12th district and the second school ever in the 12th district. Centennial High School was the first, built in 1996. So this is all, anytime we open a school, it's always such a happy day. I mean, it's just such a great community event to be here and see all your faces and hear this wonderful choir that we got to hear and be together. But I feel like this school opening has been unique because of the example that this community and the Oakview community have set for our community in working together to get this school open. So I just want to say to this whole community, the volunteers, the students, the teachers, everybody who had to pitch in and work together and be crowded this first semester, we really want to say thank you. And you've set an example in our community for teamwork. And I want to introduce you to some other people who work together to set an example for teamwork. With me today are several of our board members. Dan Cash, sporting the school colors here. He represents the 2nd District. Brad Fiskus. Brad Fiskus is from the 4th District. Eric Welch is from the 10th. Is that right, Eric? Okay. I missed Rick Wimberly. He's from the 9th, but he's here. And then Casey Hall from the 11th. Oh, and Candy Emerson is also here, representing the 8th District. Thank you. And now I get the honor of introducing our County Mayor, Rogers Anderson.
So hearing Jason as I was sitting there, and our chairman of the county commission will introduce the county commissioners, but first of all I want to introduce State Representative Sam Whitson. He has some grandchildren going here, and that's very important, I can tell you. So with all the technology that you've got here at this school and all the technology that's put into our system now, I'm going to go an old-fashioned way. I'm going to ask a question. If you would, just please raise your hand. If you were born, or if you're in Williamson County, not counting children, that would make sense to me, but adults, raise your hand. Look around you. All the rest of us moved here. We're the problem, they say. So I wanted to say that to say this to you. This is our 49th school in Williamson County. It's an incredible number from the day that I moved here in 1980. And to think all of that could be done in Williamson County over the last some 40 plus years is an incredible feat. There are some people, though, a few of you raised your hands, that were born and raised here. And I hope that we've just made it a better place, because this is a special place, Williamson County is. From one end of our county, from Bethesda to Brentwood, from Fairview to College Grove, it's all very special. And if you look at the numbers that we're looking at, the county commissioners and the school board members, some recent information that came out that said in 25 years, by the year 2045, we will grow 148%. So that just tells us we've got to do great planning. We've got to look at areas that we've never looked at before, because it's important how we fund those. Mr. Johnson, I know you would like to see another 49 schools. You hadn't gotten them all, but you've done a lot of them. Kevin, I want you to stand up. I never have done this. This is the guy that gets it done. I'm sure Kevin would tell you that if it's not good, call somebody else. But if it's good, he's proud of it. Thank you, Kevin, for all the many years you've helped us find these schools, locate these schools, and build them in a very professional manner. It's my pleasure now to introduce Mr. Little, Tommy Little, who is the chairman of the county commissioners, who lives out in the Nolensville area. Tommy?
So glad to be here. First, I want to introduce our county commissioners that are here. We have from the 2nd District, Judy Herbert. From the 4th District, Greg Lawrence and Chad Story. Let's see, Beth Lawler's back there from the 5th District, my partner commissioner. I'm also from the 5th District. Are there any other commissioners here that I might have missed seeing? No, well, it's great. We're really proud to be here to represent the county commission for the school opening, and y'all started telling stories, so I'm going to tell one. My first school opening that I remember, of course, I was born here in Williamson County, born in Franklin. My son was a 5th grader at College Grove, and it opened in the middle of the year like this one did. And they actually had the 5th grade students pick up their desk and carry them down the road from the old school to the new school.
That's next week.
But we did, and we had parents escorting them, but they did. They picked up their desk and carried them down. But we are so proud to be here. This is a wonderful facility, and it's great to see not just all the students here, but all the parents. Because one of my standard speeches is, one of the things that makes Williamson County Schools so great is our parent support. And the teachers will tell you, the administration will tell you that we couldn't do what we do without you. And so my challenge to you is to not just be involved, but stay involved. As they get older, they get to middle school, they get to high school, it's real easy not to be as involved, but it's more important. So please stay involved. Let's open this brand new facility. This is a wonderful facility, and we are just so proud to be here. Thank you.
After our ribbon cutting ceremony, there'll be classrooms open, the related arts areas will be open, the library and cafeteria, so I hope you'll be able to tour those spaces. There'll also be a video playing. Our librarian was able to interview some of our students, parents, and teachers and gain the perspective of what they hope to learn or what they hope for Creekside to be when we think about A Million Dreams. And it's great video, so I hope you'll be able to view that in those spaces. Finally, I'd like to thank everyone once again. This process from the planning stages to see the school come to fruition is such an incredible journey. I've enjoyed it tremendously, and there are so many people involved in that process. So thank you to everyone that's involved. At this time, I'm going to call forward representatives to help in cutting the ribbon. So I'll start with students. If my 4 students will come forward, Will, Raina, Layton, and Akshay. My assistant principal, Amy Aiken, and our teacher leaders. Will. Our PTA members. And our school board members. Our county commissioners. Our state representative, Sam Whitson. Assistant Superintendent Denise Goodwin, and our cabinet members that are here today. Kevin Fortney and Gary Hall.
We're going to move it in a minute. That's good.
And representatives from R.G. Anderson and Johnson and Bailey. Scissors.
More squishy.
Okay.
Everybody in? Still getting some people? We have lots of room on this side, though. Matter of fact, we have more scissors on this side. Anybody else on this side? Scissors. Who needs them?
All right, you guys want to hold on to part of the ribbon? Go ahead. Yeah, we're not going to cut, just grab it. You can just hold it. All right.
Students, make sure she'll do this. You're going to count for us, Miss Shore?
Okay, all right. Don't cut till we're ready. On the count of 3, I'm going to count us down. 1, 2, 3. You got a piece? Okay. Thank you for joining. joining us today. I hope you'll stay and tour. We appreciate you all being here.
Good job.
It was just amazing, like seeing their reaction to the building. And as soon as the bus pulled up, they cheered like they arrived at, the Super Bowl. They were just so elated.
This is amazing!
She said her students were just in awe.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to say. They were just walking, looking around.
They were. They're literally mouths hung open, and the view is what's so good. Like they were upstairs and they could look outside, look at the view. They actually asked, are there otters in our creek since our otter is the mascot? It was really cute. Well, we're getting close here.
I know it.
So
families are starting to pull up.
Yes, I'm gonna pull together our troops and get us ready to go. All our hard work is coming to fruition today. We have parents lining up, so we're gonna go ahead and maybe get started just a minute or two early. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning. Hey, great to have you. Come on out.
Amazing.
Amazing. I love to hear that.
I hope you all have a great day at your new building. Have a good day.
All right, Shirley, you have something to report this morning.
No, not really. It's just giant.
It's just giant.
Love you
Good morning,
guys.
Sophia.
Good morning.
Good morning. You guys enjoy your first day. All right. Happy first day. Happy first day.
Morning, Linux!
They love their librarian.
Don't they? They love Dia.
Yes.
They love Dia. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Emma.
Hi.
Happy first day. Good morning. Paige, good morning.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Go through about 500 fist bumps a day.
It was crazy. It's good to see you here. Uh-huh. Well, enjoy it.
Good morning.
He's like, what are we doing? What do you think?
You got a camera?
Yes, it's a camera. Wave to the camera. Say good morning.
Say happy first day at Creekside. Have a
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Sure.